Drishti State PCS Current Affair of the month March year 2024. So the topics for today's current affairs are PM unveils development project in Bihar. Okay, next one is PM unveils project in Bihar. First one is development and the next one is simply projects. Okay. Next is Ayushman Bharat card issued in Bihar. New Vande Bharat Express in Bihar. Smart prepaid meter installed in Bihar. Bihar's greenhouse gas emission to rise 5 times by 2070. Begusarai, world's most polluted metropolitan. NABARD project credit potential for Bihar, ONGC to drill well in Bihar, Bihar Divas 2024, prominent Indian Americans honored on Bihar Divas in New York. The central government cancels the auction of 13 crucial minerals block, India Employment Report 2024. Okay, let's start. We will start with the third one, okay? That is Ayushman Bharat card issued in Bihar. Okay? So, recently the Bihar government has decided to provide free medical treatment up to rupees 5 lakh every year to all ration card holders of the state under the Ayushman Bharat scheme. तो अभी आयुष्मान भारत कार्ड हर किसी का बन रहा है, तो इसमें क्या होता है कि हर इंसान जिसके पास राशन कार्ड है उसको 5 लाख रुपए का फ्री ट्रीटमेंट सरकार देगी आयुष्मान भारत स्कीम के अंदर. ठीक है. की पॉइंट्स आर आयुष्मान भारत कार्ड्स वेर इशूड टू 1.03 crore फैमिली इन जस्ट 6 days till 11 AM ऑफ March 8. ओके, तो ग्रोथ बहुत ज़्यादा है. Next is all ration card holders covered under the National Food Security Act NFSA 2013 get 5 kg of rice and can avail free treatment of rupees 5 lakh every year. Okay, every year they can get the treatment of rupees 5 lakh for free. Alright. And the ration card holders covered under the National Food Security Act. National Food Security Act of 2013. National Act Food Security Act. National Food Security Act 2013. Alright. According to the data compiled by the State Health Department, the maximum number of Ayushman Bharat cards at this much were issued in Siwan district in the 6-day campaign, followed by this. Okay, district where less than 1 lakh Ayushman Bharat cards were issued in the special campaign are okay. In the special campaign are Munger, Kishanganj, Shekhpura and Shiohar. Alright. So the only important thing is that the ration card holder covered under the National Food Security Act. That's it. Let's read about Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. That is PMJ. Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana. Alright. PMJ is the world's largest health insurance scheme fully financed by the government. Okay. Launched in Feb 2018, it offers a sum insured of rupees 5 lakh per family for secondary care and tertiary cares. Okay. Health benefit packages cover surgery, medical and daycare treatment, cost of medicine and diagnostics. Beneficiaries are, it is an entitlement based scheme that targets the beneficiaries as identified by the latest socio-economic caste census data. The National Health Authority NHA has provided flexibility to state UT to use non-socioeconomic caste census beneficiary family databases with similar socioeconomic profiles for tagging against the leftover unauthenticated SECC families. The funding of the scheme is shared 60:40 for all state and UT with their own legislature, 90:10 in the northeastern state and the Jammu Kashmir, Himachal and Uttarakhand, and 100% central funding for UT without legislature. Okay, so in each state it is of 60:40 रेशियो में फंडिंग है, और 90:10 नॉर्थ ईस्ट स्टेट में है और 100% यूटीज़ में है. ओके. Nodal agency. The National Health Authority (NHA) has been constituted as an autonomous entity under the Society Registration Act 1860 for effective implementation of PMJ in alliance with state government. The State Health Agency is the apex body of the state government responsible for the implementation of AP ABPMJ in the state. Okay. National Food Security Act, that is NFSA 2013. It was notified on 10th September 2013. Its objective is to provide for food and nutritional security in the human life cycle approach by ensuring access to adequate quantities of quality food at affordable prices to people to live a life with dignity. It covers 75% of the rural population and up to 50% of the urban population for receiving subsidized food grains under targeted public distribution system. Okay, so next one. Overall, NFSA caters to 67% of the total population. So National Food Security Act of 2013 was notified on 10 September. Alright, its objective is to provide food and nutrition. ठीक है. It covers 75% of rural population, 50% of the urban population for receiving similar. ठीक है. Alright, eligibility priority household to be covered under TPDS according to guideline by the state government. Household covered under existing Anantyodaya Anna Yojana. 5 kg of food grains per person per month at rupees 3 to 1 per kg for rice, wheat, coarse grain. The existing AY household will continue to receive 35 kg of food grains per house per month. Meal and maternity benefit of not less than rupees 6,000 to pregnant women and lactating mothers during pregnancy and 6 months after the childbirth. Meals for children, this, that, food security alliance. Alright. सो इसमें इम्पोर्टेंट क्या क्या है? इसमें इम्पोर्टेंट पहला तो यही था कि आयुष्मान भारत कार्ड जो है अब इशू होना शुरू हो गया है. ठीक है, और ये इसमें 5 लाख तक का फ्री ट्रीटमेंट मिलता है. दूसरा है कि सिर्फ 3 ही दिन में बहुत ज़्यादा लोग को मिला है ये कार्ड, और ये जो है वो उनको मिलता है जिनके पास राशन कार्ड रहता है, उनको ही मिलता है. और ये राशन कार्ड किसके अंदर आता है? तो नेशनल फूड सिक्योरिटी एक्ट के अंदर आता है. नेशनल फूड सिक्योरिटी एक्ट, जिसके बारे में अभी हम लोग इधर पढ़े कि ये एक एक्ट था जो कि 2013 में बनाया गया था, जिससे कि जिनका की ड्यूटी है कि वो अच्छा खाना, न्यूट्रिशन खाना लोग को पहुंचाएं. ठीक है, बस. और डिस्ट्रिक्ट वेयर लेस देन 1 लाख आयुष्मान भारत कार्ड वेयर इशूड. और अगर आयुष्मान भारत प्रधानमंत्री जन आरोग्य योजना के बारे में बात किया जाए तो ये सबसे देश का दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस स्कीम है जो कि सरकार द्वारा कराया जाता है बाय लेटेस्ट सोशियो इकोनॉमिक कास्ट सेंसस. ओके, बस इतना ही इम्पोर्टेंट था इसमें. नेक्स्ट है हमारा न्यू वंदे भारत एक्सप्रेस इन बिहार. Recently, the Prime Minister unveiled multiple railway projects in the state along with 2 new Vande Bharat Express train. Okay, recently the Prime Minister unveiled multiple railway, बहुत सारा रेलवे का प्रोजेक्ट्स को सरकार सामने में लाए हैं, दिखाए हैं, और जिसमें से कि 2 नया वंदे भारत एक्सप्रेस ट्रेन के बारे में बताए हैं. These were among the project worth rupees इतना करोड़. ठीक है, The new Vande Bharat train will be operated on Patna Gomti Nagar and Patna New Jalpaiguri routes. ठीक है, एक पटना गोमती नगर और एक न्यू जलपाईगुड़ी रोड्स पे. The Patna Gomti Nagar Vande Bharat will have halts at the pilgrim towns of Varanasi and Ayodhya. जो गोमती वाली है वो वाराणसी और अयोध्या में रुकेगी, while a third Vande Bharat, which was also flagged off, will stop at Gaya on the way of Varanasi from Ranchi. ठीक है, एक रुकेगी वाराणसी अयोध्या में, एक रुकेगी गंगा में, सॉरी गया में. The PM laid the foundation stone of a washing pit cum coaching complex at Narkatiyaganj. Okay, he inaugurated the eastern dedicated freight corridors, New Chilraila, Pothu, New Sun Nagar, New Deen Dayal Upadhyay section, Gati Shakti, cargo terminals, Jan Aushadhi drug stores at Patna and Darbhanga, goods sheds, and washing pit lines at Ara and Muzaffarpur. One station, one product. One station, one product. Okay. Outlets which would promote local small farmers and artisans. तो इसमें इम्पोर्टेंट ज़्यादा था नहीं, कि बस यही था कि 2 वंदे भारत ट्रेन शुरू होंगी, एक पटना, दोनों पटने से शुरू होगी, पटना से गोमती नगर एक, और दूसरी पटना से जलपाईगुड़ी रोड पे. तो जो पहला है पटना गोमती नगर वाला, वो रास्ते में 2 जगह पे रुकेगा, जो कि है वाराणसी और अयोध्या में. ठीक है, दूसरा जो है वो गया में रुकेगा, वाराणसी और रांची के रास्ते में. और वो स्टोन रखे हैं ऑफ अ वॉशिंग पिट कम कोचिंग कॉम्प्लेक्स नरकटाईगंज में. और एक गति शक्ति है, इसका उन्होंने इनॉग्रेट करा है पीएम ने, जो कि है कार्गो टर्मिनल, जन औषधि ड्रग स्टोर्स ऑफ पटना. दिस दैट वन स्टेशन वन प्रोडक्ट एक चीज़ है जिससे कि लोकल को प्रमोशन मिलेगा उनके वर्क को. Next topic is smart prepaid meter installed in Bihar. Recently, the North Bihar Power Distribution Company Limited reached the milestone of the fastest 10 lakh smart prepaid meter installed in Muzaffarpur and Motihari circles. The 10 lakh SPMS in both Muzaffarpur and Motihari circles were installed in a record of 14 months. 10 लाख जो स्मार्ट प्रीपेड है मोतिहारी और मुजफ्फरपुर में सिर्फ 14 मंथ में लगाया गया है. हाँ, सबसे जल्दी 10 लाख लगाया गया. ठीक है, मोतिहारी और मुजफ्फरपुर. ठीक है, द NBPDCL ऑल्सो अकम्प्लिश द फीट ऑफ सैचुरेशन ऑफ द फर्स्ट rural division of Muzaffarpur urban 2 division. This means that 100% of household in the Muzaffarpur urban 2 division are covered by the SPM. और मुजफ्फरपुर में completely 100% प्रीपेड स्मार्ट मीटर्स चल रहा है. अब प्रीपेड स्मार्ट मीटर के बारे में जानते हैं. ये these are the new generation of energy meters that are used to record electricity consumption in real time. हर रियल टाइम में कि कैसे कितना कब उठ रहा है वो पता चलता है हम लोग को. As they are connected to the internet, users and utilities can easily track and monitor electricity usage and get accurate bill. और हर वक्त हम लोग अपना चेक कर सकते हैं कितना उठ रहा है नहीं उठ रहा है. Their remote meters reading capabilities completely eliminate the need for manual inspection, making them highly efficient and convenient. इससे क्या होगा, हमेशा ज़रूरी नहीं पड़ेगा एक इंसान का जो कि देख के बताएगा कि अच्छा इतना हो रहा है, इतना ये देना है वो देना है. हर किसी को अपना अपना पता रहेगा. तो इस पूरे टॉपिक में इम्पोर्टेंट यही था कि स्मार्ट प्रीपेड मीटर जो है वो अब इंस्टॉल होने लग गया, और जो मुजफ्फरपुर है वो 100% वहाँ लग चुका है. नेक्स्ट टॉपिक है बिहार ग्रीन हाउस गैस एमिशन टू राइज 5 times by 2070. बिहार ग्रीन हाउस गैस एमिशन टू राइज 5 times. ओके, बिहार का जो ग्रीन हाउस गैस है उसका एमिशन 5 गुना बढ़ जाएगा 2070 तक. According to the Climate Resilient and Low Carbon Development Pathway report, Bihar's greenhouse gas emission is projected to increase 5.2 times by 2070 when India targets to achieve net zero emission. Key points. The findings were in the report drafted by the Bihar State Pollution Control Board in association with the United Nations Environment Programme. The government of Bihar had initiated the process to prepare the strategy for a climate resilient and low carbon development pathway in Feb 2021. The draft report says that Bihar contribution to national emission is about 3.3% of India's greenhouse gas emission in 2018, lower than its share of national population, even as they had doubled between 2005 and 13. The energy sector was the highest emitter of greenhouse gas with contribution of 69%. Let's first read about what is net zero emission. Okay. It is referred to as carbon neutrality, which does not mean that a country would bring down its emission to zero. It is a state in which a country's emissions are compensated by the absorption and removal of greenhouse gas from the atmosphere. More than 70 countries have promised to become net zero by the middle of the century 2015. India has promised to cut its emission to net zero by 2070 at the conference of Party 26 COP summit. Okay. So this is something critical that India is promising to have net zero emission. In the same time, Bihar's greenhouse gas is increasing 5.2%. Okay. The draft report states that Bihar's contribution, this we have read, the energy sector was the highest emitter of greenhouse gases with a contribution of 69% to the total in 2018, followed by agriculture, forest, and other land use at 24%, waste management with 5%, and industrial processing and product use at 2%. So the highest contributor is the with the contribution. Okay. So the energy sector is the highest emitter. Okay. If present trend continues, the state's emission are projected to increase 5.2 times between 2020 and 2070. The energy sector will continue to be the highest emitter, projected to the contribute 93% of the total emission, followed by construction 6%, trans project to contribute 90. Oh my god. The energy sector will continue to be the highest, projected to contribute 93% of the total emission. OMG. The dominance of the power sector in emission is because of the continued dependence on coal for electricity generation. Okay, here the burning of coal is the main reason of power sector emissions. Bihar, most emission are from the power sector, Bihar will need to avoid opening new thermal power plant. Okay, by 20 after 2030. इसके वजह से अब और भी कोई थर्मल पावर प्लांट का नहीं यहाँ पे करा जाएगा. To be consistent with the India's net zero 2070 target. Therefore, the state will need to secure long-term clean energy power purchase agreement with renewable energy rich state. इसीलिए अब हमारे बिहार को renewable energy rich state पे होना होगा. In addition, the state will need to consider options like rooftop solar panels, floating solar, photovoltaics, and other decentralized forms of renewable activity. तो इसके वजह से अब हम लोग को सोलर चीज़ पे शिफ्ट करना पड़ेगा, जैसे कि सोलर पैनल्स हो गए जो कि अभी जो नालंदा में खुला है उसमें भी यूज़ किया जाएगा सोलर का सब. Floating solar, agri photovoltaics, and other decentralized forms of renewable activity. At the same time, end-use sector of industry, transport, and real estate will need to be electrified so that the emissions from them are reduced through use of renewable energy. What is UNEP? United Nation Environment Program. It is the leading global environmental authority established on 5th June 1972. It says the global environment agenda promotes sustainable. Okay, let's just check what is floating solar. Okay, and what is agri photovoltaics. So, floating solar panels, also known as floating photovoltaics, or these are solar panels mounted on structure that float on bodies of water. Okay, the structures are anchored to the shoreline. Okay, they do not take up valuable land space, which can be okay. Cooling effect: the water cools the panel. ठीक है. A floating solar panel can be specially advanced and densely populated area energy. For example, India has potential. Okay, next was agri photovoltaics. Okay. So, so. It is the dual use of land for solar energy production. Adolf Gitzberger. All right. So the next topic is Begusarai, world's most polluted metropolitan. As per the World Air Quality Report 2023 released by the Swiss organization IQ Air Bihar's Begusarai has emerged as the world's most populated metropolitan area. The report underscores India's ranking as the third highest in air pollution. Oh my god, third highest in pollution levels among 134 countries following Bangladesh and Pakistan. Okay. India stands at the third place in air pollution. That is not good. After Bangladesh and Pakistan, world's most polluted. Oh my god, world's that is something very bad. This marks a shift from 2022 when India stood at the 8th place globally in terms of air pollution. Begusarai, with an average PM 2.5 concentration of 1118.9 micrograms per cubic meter, has surpassed all other metropolitan areas. Delhi has once again been designated as the capital city with the poorest air quality. Its its PM 2.5 levels have also worsened from 89.1 to 92.7 micrograms per cubic meter in 2023. The capital has retained the title of the most polluted capital city for the fourth consecutive year since 2018. The report highlights that approximately 1.36 billion people are exposed to PM 2.5 level, exceeding the World Health Organization guideline of 5 micrograms per cubic meter. 1.33 billion individuals, equivalent to 96% of the Indian population, who are grappling with PM 2.5 levels, surpassing the WHO standard by 7 times. Okay. The data for this report was compiled from a comprehensive network of air quality monitoring stations and sensors worldwide, involving various institutions, organizations, and citizen scientists. The 2023 report has expanded its coverage to encompass 7,812 locations in 134 countries. Okay. According to the report, air pollution remains a critical global issue, contributing to approximately 1 in 9 deaths worldwide. The WHO estimates that Air pollution leads to several million premature deaths annually, impacting individuals with various asthma, cancer, stroke, and lung disease. Exposure to this pollution can also affect child cognitive development, mental health, and illness like diabetes. Air pollution, sulfur dioxide. It comes from air pollutants are sulfur dioxide, ozone, nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide, ammonia, lead, particular matters. Okay. The last one is more important. Particulate matters. Okay, PM10 inhalable particles with diameter that are 10 micrometer. Fine inhalable, okay, with diameter this much. Source emitted from construction sites and up unpaved road, feeds fires, impact irregular heartbeat, aggravated asthma, decreased lung function. Sulfur dioxide, it comes from the consumption of fossil fuels, reacts with water to form acid rain. Okay, acid rain का reason है ये ozone O3 secondary pollutant from the other pollutant NOx and VOC under the action of the sun, irritation in the eye, asthma. ठीक है. Nitrogen dioxide emission from road transport industries and energy production sector contribute to ozone and PM formation, यानी कि particulate matter formation. Chronic lung disease, carbon monoxide, it is a product of the incomplete combustion of carbon containing compound, petty confusion. Okay. Ammonia produced by the metabolism of amino acids compounds, immediate burning of hydrogen can result. Okay. Lead release of as a waste product from extraction of metals such as silver, platinum, and iron from the respective ores. Alright. Next is NABARD project credit potential for Bihar. NABARD. What is NABARD now? NABARD is the National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. Okay. National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development has projected rupees to this much crore credit potential in. Okay. Let's first read about what is NABARD, that is National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. It is a development bank focusing primarily on the rural sector of the country. It is the apex banking institution to provide finance for agriculture and rural development. Its headquarters is located in Mumbai, the country's financial capital. Okay. It is responsible for the development of the small industries, cottage industries, and other such village or rural projects. It is a statutory body established in 1982 under the Parliamentary Act National Bank of Agriculture and Rural Development 1981. Statutory body. It is a statutory body. Okay, it was established in 1982 as the National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development Act. A Reserve Bank of India. It was established on April 1st, 1935, in accordance with the provision of the Reserve Bank of India Act 1934. The central office of the Reserve Bank was initially established in Calcutta but was permanently moved to Mumbai in 1937. The central office is where governor sits and where policies are formulated. Though originally privately owned, since nationalization in 1949, the Reserve Bank is fully owned by the Government of India. Let's read what is. Okay, so the NABARD has projected this much credit potential for Bihar. The estimate has been made taking into account the Reserve Bank of India's priority sector based guidelines, central and state government policies, and policies for sustainable agriculture and rural development. So, the estimate has been made taking into account Reserve Bank of India's priority sector. Okay. The State Focus Paper 24-25 for Bihar, a compilation of the asserted credit flow for all 38 districts of the state, was unveiled by the Development Commissioner at NABARD's credit seminar. The total credit flow under the priority sector for the year this much is itna. There is a need for credit intensification through specific planning for each of the subsectors under the agriculture in Bihar. Credit plays an important role in economic development and employment generation in the state. Okay. ONGC to drill well in Bihar. Oil and Natural Gas Corp. Oil and Natural Gas Corp plans to drill a well in Bihar to look for oil and gas. A commercial discovery will put the state on India's oil map. Okay, so they are planning to drill a well in Bihar to look for oil and gas. Okay, a commercial discovery will put the state on India's oil map and also open up the exploration the entire Ganga basin, stretching from Bihar to Uttar Pradesh and Punjab. Key points are the company has acquired 3D seismic data for 300 square kilometer for its block in Samastipur and is set to drill two exploratory wells. The first drilling will be carried out in 2024. Besides this, the oil and gas producer also plans to drill an exploratory well in another block in Ganga Basin in Balia, Uttar Pradesh. Data from the first well drilling will help guide the company's plan for the rest of the exploration block, including drilling of the second well. Both blocks in Samastipur and Balia were obtained in the fourth Open Acreage Licensing Policy (OALP) round a few years ago. Oil and Natural Gas Corporation. It is a it is a Maharatna public sector undertaking PSU. It is a Maharatna public sector undertaking PSU of the Government of India. It was set up in 1995 and is under the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas. It is the largest crude oil and natural gas company in India, contributing 70% of the Indian domestic production. Ganga Basin. The headwaters of the Ganga, called the Bhagirathi, are fed by the Gangotri glaciers and joined by the Alaknanda at Dev Prayag in Uttarakhand. At Haridwar, Ganga emerges from the mountain to the plain. The Ganga is joined by many tributaries from Himalayas of Yamuna, Ghagra, Gandak, and Kosi. Why is this? Why is Ganga basin? Okay. Beside this, the oil and gas producer also plan to drill an exploratory well in another block in the Ganga basin. Okay, that's why Ganga basin has been. Okay. Bihar Divas 2024. Bihar Day or Bihar Divas is marked on 22nd March every year. It is a public holiday across 22nd March को मनाया जाता है. It is public holiday across the state as offices, organization, bank and educational institute under the central state government remain shut. Okay. Key point: the Bihar Day 24 was marks the fulfillment of 111 years since the state was founded, making it a critical achievement for individuals of Bihar to consider their history and celebrate their identity. The Bihar government has coordinated a line of multicultural events and programs to celebrate the entire day. The celebration was held with the intention of restoring the people's pride in the state of Bihar. Bihar Divas marks the development of the state from the Bengal Presidency. The state was shaped on 22nd March 1912 when the British government partitioned the Bengal province. Okay. The celebration of Bihar Divas is marked by gaiety and enthusiasm. This is due to the fact that it denotes the foundation of their way of life as a particular state with a unique cultural legacy. The day also gives the people of Bihar a chance to show off their history, culture. Apart from India, it is celebrated in nations including US, Canada, this and this. Prominent Indian American honored on Bihar Divas in New York. Okay, recently, four prominent members of the Indian American diaspora hailing from Bihar were honored here on the occasion of Bihar Divas for their outstanding achievement and contribution. Okay, founder and CEO of Holtec International, Dr. Chris Singh. Wipro's Chief Operating Officer Amit Chaudhary. Founder of Pran Medical Group, Dr. Dinesh Ranjan. The director at NutriVet Farm Care, Abhinav Atul, were honored. They were honored with the Bihar Vishwa Gaurav Samman at a special event hosted by the Consulate General of India in New York in partnership with the Bihar Foundation USA, East Coast Chapter, and the Bihar Jharkhand Association of North America. The event included messages from the Bihar Governor Rajendra Vishwanath Arlekar as well as the Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, and was attended by several members of the diaspora hailing from Bihar and the region. It is highlighted that the state development, tourism, culture, heritage, and the famous Madhubani art form and popular culinary delights. It was established in 1976, the Bihar Jharkhand Associate of North America, that is Bajana, from the Bihar, bring the people from the Bihar to common platform and facilitate a social and cultural binding between the people of Bihar and Jharkhand in the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut in the USA. The central government cancels the auction of 13 crucial mineral blocks. Why in news recently, the center has cancelled the auction of 13 of 20 blocks on offer in the first round of critical mineral bids following poor response from the bidders. Recently, the center has cancelled auction of 13 total 20 blocks are there and 13 okay on offer in the first round of critical mineral bids following poor response from the bidders. Rare elements are the family of group 17 in the periodic table, 15 lanthanide groups along with deuterium and scandium. Unique magnetic, luminescent, and electrochemical property, high density melting point, conductivity, and thermal conductance. Share a trivalent charge. Host world's largest reed deposit. Comprise a group of uncombination. Let's read about this first. These 13 crucial mineral blocks, which received poor response, hold glauconite, nickel, chromium, and platinum group elements, potash, etc. They are spread across Bihar, Jharkhand, Odisha, Tamil Nadu, and this that the PGES, platinum, palladium, rhodium, ruthenium, iridium, and osmium are metals that have similar physical and chemical properties and tend to occur together in nature. Earlier in June 23, the government released a list of 30 minerals considered critical for the country. These included antimony, beryllium, bismuth, cobalt, copper, gallium. Okay. Okay, rare elements are like rhenium, silicon, strontium, titanium, beryllium, and okay. Critical minerals are those minerals that are essential for economic development and national security. The lack of availability of this mineral or concentration of extraction or process in a few geographical locations may lead to supply chain vulnerability and even disruption of supply. Declaration of critical mineral. It is a dynamic process and it can evolve over time as new technology, market dynamics, and geopolitical consideration emerge. Different countries may have their own unique list of critical minerals based on their specific circumstances and priorities. Export Committee under Ministry of Mines has identified a set of 30 critical minerals for India. India Employment Report 2024. According to India Employment Report 24 released by the Institute of Human Development and International Labour Organization. Human Development and International. Okay. The employment condition index of the state have improved between 2004 से 5 है 21 से 22. Okay. The employment condition index has improved between 2004 से 5 and 21 से 22, but some states such as Bihar, Orissa and UP have remained at the bottom throughout this period, while some other Delhi, Himachal Pradesh have stayed at the top. The index is based on 7 labor market outcome indicator: percentage of worker employed in regular formal work, percentage of casual worker, self-employed work participation. Okay. The report has flagged concerns about poor employment conditions. The slow transition to non-farm employment has reversed. Women largely account for increased employment and paid family work. Okay, nothing. Employment quality. Almost 82% of the workforce is engaged in the informal sector, and 90% is informally employed. Self-employment and unpaid family work has also increased, especially for women. Participation for women, the female labor workers participation rate (LFPR) in India remains among the lowest. For 24%. The trend reversed thereafter with female participation of women. The female labor force participation rate (LFPR) in India remains among the world's lowest. Female LFPR declined by 14.4 point between 2000 and 2019. The trend reversed thereafter with female structure and the share of structure agriculture in total employment to नहीं है. So we are almost done with this March one. Okay. In this one PM unveils project in Bihar. कुछ नहीं है इसमें भी कि PM वेस्ट चंपारण डिस्ट्रिक्ट में कुछ कुछ जो प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं उनके बारे में बताते हैं, जैसे कि विकसित भारत विकसित बिहार इन बेतिया द डिस्ट्रिक्ट हेडक्वार्टर ऑफ वेस्ट चंपारण, डिस्ट्रिक्ट हेडक्वार्टर ऑफ वेस्ट चंपारण में, ठीक है, बेतिया. He laid the foundation stone and dedicated to the nation multiple infrastructure projects related to rail, this that. The city has distributed project in East West Champaran, this that, and grain-based ethanol facility. This is important. Grain-based ethanol facility at Sugoli and Loria. Sugoli. Grain-based ethanol facilities. The construction of 6-lane cable bridge on Ganga River. Okay, inaugurated. This thing is not important. Indian Oil LPG bottling plant and storage terminal at Motihari. A flag 2 trains in Narkatiyaganj, Gonaha and Raxaul जोगबनी sections. और इस बारे में इम्पोर्टेंट यही है कि औरंगाबाद में नए प्रोजेक्ट्स के बारे में बताते हैं, ठीक है, जिसमें कि इतने पैसे वो नेशनल हाईवे प्रोजेक्ट्स में जाएंगे. PM laid the foundation stone of 6 lane over this, ठीक है. 1 district 1 product नमामि गंगे स्कीम, और दिस इंक्लूड सीवेज ट्रीटमेंट प्लांट इन पटना, सोनपुर, नौगछिया एंड छपरा, जो कि बहुत नीडेड है. अगर बात करें 1 डिस्ट्रिक्ट 1 प्रोजेक्ट, तो ये एक इनिशिएटिव है जिसमें कि हम लोग लोकल चीज़, जो कि हम लोग हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट में से एक चीज़ को प्रमोट करेंगे. ये उत्तर प्रदेश में शुरू हुआ था, लेकिन अब इसको सेंटर ने भी अप्रूवल दे दिया, तो हर जगह होंगे. नेशनल नमामि गंगे प्रोग्राम का बात करा जाए तो इसको अप्रूवल मिला है फ्लैगशिप प्रोग्राम से बाय यूनियन गवर्नमेंट इन 2014 ही. 2 ऑब्जेक्टिव है इसका, कि पहला ऑब्जेक्टिव है कंजर्वेशन, दूसरा है रेजोनेवेट करना, और इट इज़ बीइंग ऑपरेटेड अंडर द डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ वाटर रिसोर्स अंडर मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ जल शक्ति. इट इज़ इम्प्लीमेंटेड बाय नेशनल मिशन ऑफ क्लीन गंगा. Okay, that's it.